Welcome to vpod.ai. This deep dive is sponsored by Stonefly, your trusted solution provider and advisor in enterprise storage, backup disaster recovery, hyper-converged VMware, Hyper-V, Proxmox cluster, AI servers, SA365, a turnkey security appliance, public and private cloud. Check out stonefly.com for more info.
So today we're jumping into something pretty significant, a really concerning report for anyone who uses Steam.
Yeah, definitely. It's about a potential, a massive data breach.
Okay, let's get right into it. What's the core claim here?
The central point is this report claiming that details for something like 89 million Steam accounts are being offered up for sale.
89 million, that's huge.
Yeah.
Where are they supposedly being sold?
On the dark web, apparently. The seller is reportedly asking for, thousands of dollars for the whole database.
Wow, okay, 89 million accounts. That number just stands out. How does this sort of compare to other big gaming breaches we've heard about?
Well, it certainly brings them to mind. You remember the Sony PlayStation Network hack? That was a major one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And more recently, we had those breaches at Insomniac and Capcom. Those caused a lot of concern, too. But, if this 89 million figure is accurate...
It could be even bigger.
Potentially, yes. In terms of sheer account numbers, it could be right up there among the largest gaming-related incidents we've seen. Really raises the stakes.
Okay, so if this database is out there, what kind of information are we talking about? What exactly might be compromised?
The reports were suggesting quite a bit, actually. Basic user records, naturally.
Yeah.
Usernames, things like that.
Standard stuff. But what else?
Well, more concerningly, contact details. Specifically, phone numbers are mentioned.
Phone numbers, okay. That's not good.
And this is where it gets potentially really serious. The reports also mention two-factor SMS message logs.
Wait, the actual logs of the SMS messages for two-factor?
That's what's being claimed.
Yeah.
And even potentially those one-time access codes you get sent.
Whoa, okay, one-time codes. If those are exposed, that sounds like it could directly bypass security, right?
Exactly. Those codes are supposed to be that temporary extra layer. If someone has the logs, especially combined with maybe a username and phone number, well, it could make getting into accounts much easier. It's a very serious potential vulnerability.
So how could this have happened? The initial reports seem to suggest it wasn't like a direct hack on Valve's main systems.
That's right. That's an important point. The first mention came from a cyber threat intelligence company, Underdark. Their initial assessment pointed towards a third-party vendor.
A vendor or service provider that works with Steam.
Precisely. Someone providing a service to Steam rather than Steam itself being breached directly. It's often how these things happen, a weakness in the supply chain, so to speak.
And was there any specific company mentioned?
Initially, yes. Underdark's report apparently speculated about Twilio. They're a big cloud communications platform. Lots of companies use them for things like, SMS two-factor authentication.
Okay, Twilio. But is that confirmed?
Well, this is where it gets a bit less clear. An independent journalist, Mellow Online 1, over on X, reported that they spoke to a Valve representative who apparently denied that Valve uses Twilio.
Oh, okay. So a direct denial from Valve on that specific vendor.
According to that report, yes. So it really highlights how fluid this is. You can't just take the first piece of information as fact. The actual source, if this breach is real and sourced this way, is still, frankly, up in the air.
Right. And adding to the uncertainty is the fact that we haven't heard anything official from Valve itself or, any other company involved.
Exactly. There's been no public statement, no acknowledgement from Valve or anyone else named so far. And that silence, it can make users pretty anxious. Understandably so.
Totally. So given all this uncertainty about the potential severity, what should Steam users be doing, like right now? What are the immediate steps?
Yeah, absolutely. Even without confirmation, it's just smart to be cautious. The very, very first thing I'd recommend is to log out. Log out of Steam everywhere.
Everywhere, like on your PC, your phone app.
All of it. Log out of all active sessions on all devices. That kills any potentially compromised open sessions.
Okay, log out everywhere. Step 1. Then what?
Step 2. Immediately change your Steam password. And don't just make it slightly different. Make it strong. Make it unique.
Unique meaning don't reuse it from other websites.
Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
A complex mix of letters, numbers, symbols that you use only for Steam.
Got it. Strong, unique password. What about two-factor authentication, especially since SMS logs were mentioned?
Good point. If you don't already have two-factor authentication or 2FA enabled on Steam, now is absolutely the time to set it up.
Even with the mention of SMS logs.
Yes. Because ideally, you should enable 2FA using an authenticator app on your phone if possible. That's generally considered more secure than SMS. But even enabling it via email is a big step up if you currently have nothing.
Okay, so enable 2FA Authenticator app preferred, email as a good alternative. Makes sense.
It adds another significant barrier for anyone trying to get in.
And the report mentioned being wary of codes. What was that about?
Right. Be super suspicious if you suddenly get an authentication code sent to your phone or email, but you aren't actively trying to log in or recover your account right then.
So like an unsolicited code.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If one just appears out of the blue, it could mean someone else has your password and is trying to get past the 2FA step.
Yeah.
Don't use that code.
Right.
Don't enter it anywhere. Just ignore it. But it's a definite red flag that you need to secure your account immediately. Change that password again.
Okay, those are really clear, actionable steps. Log out, change password, enable solid 2FA, and watch out for weird codes. It also sounds like this is still developing. You mentioned PC Games Enter reached out to Valve.
Yeah, they have. So hopefully we'll get some official clarification from Valve sooner rather than later. But until then,
Vigilance is key.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Taking these precautions is the best thing you can do right now to protect yourself. It's just another reminder about, staying on top of digital security.
It really does underscore how vital this stuff is, doesn't it? Protecting our online accounts is just part of daily life now.
It really is. Think about all the information tied to these accounts, personal details, payment methods sometimes. It's not just about games, it's about your digital identity and security.
Yeah.
Proactive steps aren't optional anymore, they're essential.
So just to quickly recap those key steps for you listening. Number 1, log out of all your Steam sessions. Number 2, change that password to something strong and completely unique. Number 3, enable two-factor authentication. Use an authenticator app if you can, or email if not.
And number 4, be really cautious about any authentication codes you receive if you didn't just ask for one.
Simple actions, but they can make a huge difference.
Definitely, building those security habits is crucial.
And thinking about strong defenses, especially for valuable data, brings us back to our sponsor, Stonefly. They're experts in enterprise storage, backup, disaster recovery, and security solutions like their SA365 appliance. Really worth checking out at stonefly.com if you need robust protection.
That kind of professional-level security is becoming more important for everyone, not just big companies.
Absolutely. And on that note, Stonefly actually has a specific offer right now that sounds really interesting for secure storage. It's a 100 terabyte immutable and air-gapped SSO NAS for $8,995.
Wow, 100 TB, immutable, air-gapped. That ticks a lot of the right boxes for serious data protection against things like ransomware or, data breaches.
Exactly. Immutable means the data can't be changed or deleted easily, and air-gapped adds that physical separation as a defense. It's something to really consider as data becomes more valuable and threats evolve.
For sure. Having that kind of robust backup and protection strategy is just paramount in today's world. It's about safeguarding what's important.